Good morning from the Alabama Fire College. We recently made some changes to the way that our fire apparatus operator certification process works, and we wanted to communicate with all of our students, instructors, and training officers about that process so that we cut down on the amount of confusion that we might have. We'll still have the ability to let you do the driving skills prerequisite for any of our fire apparatus operator classes locally, so that will not change. The main change that we need to make is that when you prepare to have a driving skills segment at home, we need you to fill out an Alabama Fire College course application. Use the course title of Emergency Vehicle Driver, and your regional coordinator is available to help you with that process if you're not familiar with doing course applications. This will allow us to track the locations, dates, and times where the driving skills will take place around the state. And our regional personnel will be able to do some quality assurance and spot check some of those deliveries so that we're sure that everything that we see on paper is actually happening around the state of Alabama. There are some important things for you to know that are not changing about this process. There still is no cost. There's no tuition fee associated if you're conducting the driving skills portion locally at home with your own students. There is not a proctored test process. We will not send out an Alabama Fire College test proctor to observe the driving skills portion or to assist you with the assessment at the end of that process. We will do some spot checks with our regional personnel, but you will not have to have a test proctor scheduled to visit you every time that you conduct this training. And lastly, there's still no minimum enrollment. So you can have only one individual in your department that needs emergency vehicle driver, and you can conduct it with one person just like you've always been able to do. You can have as many or as few participants as you need for your situation. We still need driving skill sheets 1 through 6 to be completed, and there are two different ways that you can conduct the EVD course. You can set it up through Alabama Fire College Online or AFC Online at no cost, and the end of subject assessment will be available to your students online. They can take that brief written assessment and it'll automatically be in our system, and then the instructor can take skill sheets 1 through 6 and upload those to AFC Online. If you elect to do a more traditional classroom delivery, you'll need to get the curriculum packet from the AFC bookstore, which is available at a very nominal cost, and it will have a paper copy of the final assessment and the paper skill sheets. If you do your class that way, you'll need to be sure that your student brings the skill sheets signed and completed and a copy of their final assessment to their fire apparatus operator course. We need to be sure that we collect those at that point so that they can be made part of the student's record and they'll be fully eligible for certification. We need you to understand that it doesn't matter to us which way you do the class. We'll be sure and work with you whether you prefer the AFC Online format or if you elect to do the traditional classroom delivery. We're here to make sure that we meet your needs and offer all of those options to you. So feel free to select the format that works best for you and your particular situation. There are a few other key points you need to know about our fire apparatus operator certification process. When conducting the EVD class locally, driving skills 1 through 6 must be completed on a full-size fire department pumping apparatus. This can be an engine or a pumper, or it can be an aerial device that's equipped with a fire pump. We're not able to accept driving skills that are completed on a tanker, a mini pumper, a brush truck, or any other type of alternative piece of apparatus. It must be a full-size pumper or a full-size aerial device. Students need to understand that all of the material that they see in the EVD class and driving skills 1 through 6 will remain testable for every future apparatus operator course. So if they do EVD now and they attend fire apparatus operator pumper next month and fire apparatus operator aerial next year, all of the material from EVD is still testable in each subsequent apparatus operator class that they might take. And they're also subject to having to do the driving skills as part of their JPR evaluation at any point in the future. It's also very critical to know that students only have to complete EVD one time. So if they plan to take the full array of fire apparatus operator classes in the future, they do not have to take EVD each time that they're preparing for an apparatus operator class. Once they're on record as successfully completing the EVD pre-course and the driving skills, then they're good to go for any future fire apparatus operator class. Likewise, any personnel in the field now who are already certified by the Fire College as an apparatus operator in any discipline have already met the requirements for EVD. So existing, currently certified personnel don't have to go back and take EVD in order to take another fire apparatus operator class. Two more key notes for you to know. The Fire Personnel Standards Commission has approved a change, and we will now require, or once again require, fire apparatus operator pumper as a prerequisite for fire apparatus operator aerial. It used to be that way. The national standard changed. We've made a change over the last several years to correlate to the national standard, but we now feel that because so many aerial devices in use in fire departments also contain a fire pump, that we need to make sure that students have the prerequisite knowledge of hydraulics and pump operations in order to be certified as an aerial operator. So we're reinstituting a change from the past, and we're making sure that all students who come for certification as an aerial operator are already certified as a fire apparatus operator pumper. Lastly, if you are going to host a local delivery, a departmental delivery of any apparatus operator class, please understand that you have to have a piece of fire apparatus available for every student to operate during the JPR portion of the testing. We know that sometimes a host department might have a local or city policy that prevents non-employees from operating their equipment, and we certainly know that and understand that. But that means that as the host, you'll need to coordinate to be sure that there are apparatus available that every student in your class can operate that is specific to that course. So if you plan to host a fire apparatus operator aerial class locally, you just need to be sure that every student that participates in your class has access to an aerial device on testing day that they can drive. And that's very important so that they can successfully complete the JPRs. If you have any questions about any of this process, these changes, the way to complete an EVD course, the way to have apparatus available for outside students, or any of the prerequisite changes, please contact your Alabama Fire College Regional Coordinator. If you're not sure who that is, or if you're not sure which region you fall into, you can call us at 1-800-241-2467 and ask the operator to help you identify your regional coordinator. Or you can visit our website and go to Regional Delivery and find the map, or you can go to the How Do I section on our homepage, and it will also guide you to the map to find your region. Thank you very much for your cooperation and your continued training through the Fire College. We hope that this has answered a number of your questions.